Well, happy stormy Thursday evening to all of our fine folks out there that are watching in the tri-state area, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama getting pummeled tonight. Man, a thunderstorm just came through here. I just got a text message, guys. One of our people are said they can't watch. They're in the storm shelter. So I don't know where they are, but I just pray that everybody is safe. Cheever Town's with us in spirit, so we got them texting all over tonight that perhaps there's some tornado warnings up in Baker County and Dougherty County, and so we hope everybody stays safe out there. Hope you stay safe and understand that the power may go off and the internet may go down, but we'll be here as long as we can tonight. But we want to welcome you to our broadcast. It is January the 12th, 2023. And we're glad all of you fine folks are joining us tonight that are joining us. It's a stormy night out. Just pulled the radar up, and according to text I just got, almost an inch of rain here in Enterprise, Georgia. Almost an inch of rain in Enterprise already. And it is probably 2 inches worth of wind and lightning. And so, guys, we want to encourage all of you, if you're watching, please be particular now. Be particular. You protect yourself and you protect your family. And thank you again for joining us tonight. Those of you that might watch us on the rerun, we're coming to you live right now from our studio.
Just falling behind that yellow DOT truck. Open it up.
Our studio in Enterprise, Georgia. Our studio in Thompsontown, Georgia. Our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard. And our studio at turn number 3 on the old Rocket Speedway. Queasel has to have his radio now, boys. There's emergencies going on. He got to make sure that there's trees down everywhere.
You know, this thing is looking like if we can hang on for a few more minutes, we might be okay. It's moving out of here. The worst it looks like it's going to train to the east of us. I mean, to the south of us. If Colquitt can hang on for just a little bit more, I think Donaldsonville's got some more to go through, but we might be at the worst of it if we can hang on.
If you are watching us tonight and you are in the Baconton, Doran, Sale City, Putney, Sylvester area in there, and you're watching us, I know we had somebody that was watching us a while ago from there that's in the storm shelter. Please be particular. We're praying for you. There's an active tornado warning right now. We're praying for you right now. All right, guys, we are live. Go ahead, Queasel.
It's located near Doran, about 10 miles southwest of Sylvester. Is moving east at 50 miles an hour. It is a severe thunderstorm with a radar indicated tornado. Nothing has been confirmed on the ground, but it has got some powerful rotation in it.
Yeah, and there are, guys, if you're out on the road too watching us, or if you're on the lake tonight fishing, doing netting and washing us, y'all be particular whatever you're doing. But hey, guys, we're live all across the great United States of America tonight, and in foreign countries where we're legal and illegal to operate. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming to you live in the great state of Baker County, Georgia tonight. Baker County, you be particular up there. If by chance you want to catch us on our syndicated rerun, it will be next Tuesday night at 9 o'clock following the rerun of Bill Clinton's 1993 State of the Union address. You can catch us right after that next Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Boys, we're getting them new every week. 104 3/8 inches television screen tonight. Coming to you live. We're at Mall Pearls. Live at Mall Pearls. Mall Pearls, Picnic Basket Emporium, pole dancing instruction, pipe cleaners, parched persimmon seeds, parachute secondhand store, poached pond guinea eggs, and pipe organ paraphernalia in Preston, Georgia.
Right. Who is that? Who is that? Mo who?
Mall Pearl.
Mo Pearl. Yeah.
Mall Pearl. Yeah, Mall Pearl. First time we've ever had Mall Pearl on here. Picnic Basket
Emporium. I heard Mo Pearl before.
Yeah. Picnic Basket Emporium, pole dancing instruction, pipe cleaners, parched persimmon seeds, parachute second-hand store, poached pond guinea eggs, and pipe organ paraphernalia in Preston, Georgia. What do you think about second-hand parachutes, Floyd?
Hey, everybody ought to try one time, anyhow. Go to who packed that thing. You go to who packed it. That's where your problem lies. There's one thing that'd be on the short list: one-armed parachute packers. That'd be
One
on the
arm,
short list.
one arm parachute packers. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Lord help. Anyway, guys, I know it's a wet and stormy night, but all of you that are joining us, man, we're glad to have you tune in tonight for our show. It is January the 12th of 2023, and the world continues to turn around.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they got them all over. But guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Charlie, how about it in Alabama way? What's going on over there?
Can you hear me now?
I hear you live and in color.
Okay. Well, I tried 3 or 4 times. Man, I tell you what, about 5 o'clock our time, it hit hard, had 63-mile-an-hour gust just up the road in Headland, Alabama. Yeah. And I understand there's been several, I don't know the number of fatalities in the state of Alabama so far. A long-running 100-mile tornado came through Selma, parts of Montgomery County. It went all the way over into Georgia, north of you guys over there. But it has been a very, very tough day weather-wise. A lot of lightning strikes over here. Probably 60-mile-an-hour gust winds at other places other than Headland. So maybe we're out. It's quiet around here now. It's over for us, and hopefully it'll be over for y'all in just a few minutes.
Maybe so.
Yes.
I got a caller here. I'm trying to get them where I can get them put on. We got a caller on the line. Hold on, Buck. I got you coming. Just a minute. Let me get. I got to figure out how to do this thing. That's what happens when you come in sideways in this bad weather, and
Were you boys, Floyd? This is for you, Queasy. Were y'all monitoring? Our main man Marvin when he came in sideways from that trip out of the weather, trying to get the studio going?
Yeah, he called me and told me he was on the way, said he was en route.
Oh no! I saw him when he hit the chair, Floyd. You talking about huffing and puffing?
He was winded, wasn't he?
Winded ain't the word for it. He was out of it there for a second or two. Kept saying he couldn't hear me. I don't.
I liked to got sideways. I did.
He did.
I liked to got sideways there. Hey, Buck, if you'll just hold on, y'all keep talking. I got Buck on hold.
It looks like that is south of us is beginning to catch up. It's Gaston County, Florida, Leon County, Decatur, and Grady. Got radar indicated hail about 1 inch in diameter and 6-mile-an-hour winds. That bottom of that tail end of this thing is coming through. We are looking fairly good here in Colquitt, southeast corner of Miller County. Seminole County still in the scope. Baker County, Mitchell County, all that still it's got to come your way. The tornado warning for Mitchell County up around Bakerton and Putney has expired, but the one over in Worth County is still active, and this thing's coming through and it's still packing a punch. It's
all right. Roger Buck, I got you. You're on the line. You there? Good deal. Has it storming down there? Got you. We good, brother. We good. We live. Got you on the show here, and we appreciate y'all watching us each and every week down in Panama City, Florida. God bless you.
Is that where he's at right now, Panama City?
All
that subject to change. All that subject to change pretty quick. If he can get him up some gas or diesel to get in that motorhome, And he'll change location with you. He'll be address unknown before you can turn around with Roger Buck.
That was the legendary Roger Buck himself.
Because he's always been like that. He's always been on the road. He was one of the original road runners. You remember that?
Whoa.
Roger Buck and the Road Runners. That was the name of his band. They opened for that famous group Dickie Do and the Don'ts. They opened for them for years.
Who opened up for Dickie Do and the Don'ts, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, they opened up for Dickie Do and the Roger Buck and the Road Runners. They opened up for them.
Yeah.
They was on up there pretty close to Jimmy Watford. And what was Jimmy Watford and the Mustangs?
Yep. Mustangs, and then it became Jimmy Watford and the Down Home Gang.
I remember, I go as far back as the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Jimmy Watford. Roger Buck goes back too. He's left some trail. He's left a trail.
Yeah.
Did they ever play? Did they ever play the Bonfire Club?
I don't know if Roger Buck did or not. I don't know if he got up to that caliber or not. But
that was pretty high. That was pretty high. That was pretty high venue right there.
Like the Alley Cat, on up there.
Alley Cat, yeah. And Little Ray Melton, I don't think he ever got up there with Little Ray Melton.
Little Ray Melton and the Tennessee Studs.
Whoa.
Little Ray about 4 feet tall and had a cowboy hat that was about 4 feet bigger around.
Yeah,
bigger around than he was tall.
Yeah.
Anybody, any of y'all out there remember Little Ray? If y'all do, chime in if you feel like it, if you will.
What was that place down in Panama City? In his later years, that was his home base. What was
it wasn't the Red Rooster. It was, what was the name of that place?
No, it wasn't the Red. Was it the Stagecoach? What?
I think it was over on Thomas Drive.
Oh.
No, it was right there on the main one. It was it the Stagecoach?
I've been to Stagecoach. Yeah, I've been to Stagecoach.
I can't remember. Little Ray Melton and the Tennessee Studs.
It was him.
How tall was he?
4 feet.
And
he was
had a 4 foot bigger round cowboy hat.
So he was shorter than little Jimmy Dickens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember?
Yeah, he could have
Marvin.
been no, he could have been little Jimmy Dickens.
You remember those funny cartoons where they had the bank robbers and they had the little old bitty short one, he had the way tall hat that was taller than he was.
That looked like him. Well, we went to Dothan Saturday, and I went over to the flea market and went over to Jeffers, and Cowboys. I believe it's this Friday night or next week. They having micro wrestling. I didn't know if we might want to go over.
Whoa, we're going. Let's go. Well, yeah.
Are you gonna be announcing that, Charlie?
Just hold your breath till that happens. No.
Hey, is Tiny Tina gonna be wrestling?
I thought you was a member of her fan club.
Well, but I saw that. And hey, they're gonna have Lee Greenwood over there at the end of the month at Cowboys. Lee Greenwood.
Really?
Yes, sir.
They got one of y'all's boys over here. They started advertising it yesterday. First time I saw it. Gonna be at the Opera House, I think tomorrow night, the old historic Dothan Opera House.
Who is that?
Doug Stone.
Come on, I hadn't heard from him.
But here's the deal. He's doing that thing that's popular with some of them now, the acoustic set, where it's just him and the guitar.
Yeah.
No.
Now, Better Off on a Freight Train Back to Georgia would not be that song without some lead guitar and some steel guitar, in my opinion. I don't want to be ugly, but.
Well, in my opinion, a song ain't a song if it ain't got some drums. Now, I'm just telling it like it is. You got to have some drums and a bass back there somewhere.
All right, Queasel, who was your favorite all-time drummer in country music?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
He said
no. No. I mean,
you need to rephrase that question, Charlie.
Who was your all-time favorite professional drummer
in country music? I'd have to be old Pork Chop, I think.
There you go. There you go.
Pork Chop could handle him now. He could play to it. He could. Yeah, he would be the man. he
How
would.
many
He would be
times
the
do
man.
you reckon he made that statement for Conway?
Ain't no telling.
However many nights a year Conway worked.
Uh,
Ain't no telling. It.
One of
But
the
he could
best
do it now.
friends, one of the best friends a song ever had, ladies and gentlemen. And then they
He
went
could.
to the reverb on it. Conway, and he go, twitty, 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 twitty.
And
mm.
And
and that mirror
what happened?
ball. That mirror ball go to spinning, and them ladies in the audience, they go to going crazy. Conway come out and grab. He just go to gripping that microphone and say, "Hello, darling." Oh, it was all over with
That
then.
did it.
And the underwear started flying on the stage.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, that's been a long time ago.
They don't do that no
Oh,
more. I don't.
You
I
know,
don't know who's.
you
I
know,
don't know
Conway's
who's
been
famous
dead
now.
30
You don't know who's
years.
famous no more in country music. I
I,
don't know
I
none of
don't
them.
either.
I don't know
I don't
who's
even know
famous.
what country music is no more.
It ain't no country music. Country
No.
But
music,
did you
it's
know?
they got a murder on Music Row. What
Yeah,
going
There
you're
you
right.
down?
go, Floyd. That's
And
it,
Did you
now,
know
Floyd.
Conway's been dead? Conway's been dead 30 years this year.
How many?
good land of living.
30
30
30.
years.
years.
Died in
I,
1993.
It don't seem like, but yesterday you go see them old yaller Tweety Bird buses. It just don't seem like it's been 30 years.
30 years.
it
He
has
stepped
been.
off the bus and
That
had a.
thing, Marvin, you got your arithmetic wrong. If he died in '83, he been dead
No,
40
I
years.
said
No,
93.
93.
93.
93.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, he died in 93. He stepped off the bus and had an aneurysm in his stomach.
I used to work with a boy in the auction business that was Conway's son-in-law. It's a
Oh,
Gary
really?
Seafold he was out of Texas. He married Conway's daughter Kathy, and
Mm.
we worked together. And in fact, me and him went off somewhere. I met him up there in Nashville, and they all lived on Conway's place on his compound there. And anyway, Karen went up there with me, and she stayed up there with Conway's daughter. And Conway took him out to eat supper and all, and had a big
Wow.
time. He stayed up there about 3 or 4 days, 4 or 5
I
days.
remember her telling me
Just
that
a regular
story.
guy. I mean, just a regular guy.
Mhm.
That's what
He
That
was,
baseball cap, wood baseball cap,
that was
But
Tweety City, wasn't it?
come up there.
That was it.
I, I
Tweety
was,
City.
I was, I was blessed to work with a lot of the country stars from late 1979 all the way up through close to 1990. And Harold Jenkins, Conway Twitty, as we all
That's
knew
it.
him,
That's
was
it.
the kindest individual that I think I ever worked with. Well, one of the kindest in the entertainment industry. And what I think when I put him at number one, he was so shy. He was one of the shyest people you would ever be around. Now, backstage, I had good rapport with him, and we talked. But when he walked out on that stage, he was business. He sang.
Mhm.
He did not. He did not have the ability to really. I'm gonna say he didn't have the ability. He did not like communicating verbally with the audience other than his music. And when you got 40 number one songs, you ain't got time to talk. Just
I
get
was
out
Right.
there
sure.
and get it. But he, they talk about the aneurysm, and I'm not saying this was his problem, but one thing, I worked several shows with him, and he would, while the introduction was going on in Pork Chop, they did that little bit of a musical going into the introduction of Conway. He was smoking one, it's like he didn't smoke really, but one Carlton at the end cigarette, one right after another. And he was just nervous about every night going on that stage, but every night was a award-winning performance that I ever saw. I never heard of anybody saying, "Well, Conway Twitty did a bad show," like you might hear out of a Hank Jr. or George Jones or some of the rowdier crowds in country music. He went out there to please the folks that had planked down their hard-earned money to see him, and he was certainly greatly appreciative of his fans. I knew that from dealing with him.
Yep. I
Yeah,
think you're right, John.
I think
He
you're
was
right.
for
Yeah,
real.
He was.
Man, we just gone, baby. Them days is gone, gone, gone.
yeah,
Well,
you won't
fellas,
see him again.
It's like that gal that sings for the NFL. She sings, what is that, the Monday Night Football girl? Who is that? What's Leanne Womack or whoever that is? Anyway, they sing. Hank Jr. used to do the theme song for for the Monday Night Football. All my rowdy friends and all that, but I don't even know who she. I can't even call her name. I don't know who. I know she's world famous. I know that some of these young folks listening say, "Oh man, hey, you don't know nothing." Well, I don't. I
don't either.
About that.
I got some bad news from y'all, and I was arguing all day where I need to tell y'all or not, but I reckon I need to go ahead and tell you.
Uh-oh.
I don't reckon y'all gonna be able to come out here. We're gonna have to have no more suppers.
Whoa! Ho! At your house?
That's right. Called
Joe
Biden gonna come take my wife's stove.
Oh no!
Yep.
Yeah, he coming to get her gas stove. He coming at it. He coming at it.
Cut it off.
Yep.
I don't know what
Use electricity.
Don't
use some electricity.
Death.
I heard them talking about it.
What are we gonna do?
The natural gas provides 65% of the power for electric generators. So they're gonna do away with natural gas. So that's gonna cut off 65% of the generating capacity. But hey, that makes sense. Hey, son.
Yeah.
So you mean we're going to cook now with either wind or solar generated electricity?
So yeah, get you a pan and put you some
get a
aluminum
thing and
foil
put
in
on your roof, and you put your pot up there on the roof, and it'll cook up there.
Cook up there on the roof.
That'd be good.
Him and AOC got it all worked out. AOC, she don't even know how to turn a stove on.
I saw her one time. It wasn't long after she got elected to the Congress. She got her an apartment in Washington D.C. up there. She was in there, and she said, "What's this button?" And she hit a switch like that, and it was a garbage disposal. Come on, it scared her. She had no idea. She said, "What in the world is that?" Had no idea what it was. And she's a United States Congressman, y'all. Democrat United States Congressman.
You better stay away from that garbage disposal.
Hey, let me, Floyd, if you will, let me indulge me for a minute. I'll tell you a story. When I left home to go off to school to Valdosta, I stayed in an apartment with 3 boys, and we had a garbage disposal. I didn't have one at home. Mom and Daddy didn't have one. And the guy told us, he said, "You can put little bones down it." Well, I didn't know. I put a pork chop bone down it. And I thought it would grind the pork chop up. And it got hung up. We didn't know what to do, so I called the maintenance man, and he come. And I won't ever forget, he stuck his hand down that garbage disposal, and he pulled out a bone about that long. He said, "Great day." He said, "I told you, little old chicken bones, not no big old pork chop bone."
I'm surprised that the bone left. I mean, you usually eat bone and all.
Well, that was.
But I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to cook on. I go in the backyard.
They're gonna do away with charcoal too. I heard they after charcoal too. Doing away with it called carbon monoxide.
Fireplace.
Fireplace.
Can't have no fireplace no more.
Charcoal and LP gas and natural gas. Got to go away. Do that.
We can't have no. When Miss Queasel can't cook us a meal once ever so often, and Queasel himself, the fire chief, cannot fry those pork chops that he does so well, Floyd. With
pork ribs, spare ribs.
Yeah, pork ribs with LP gas. How many restaurants have you guys ever been in and walked in the kitchen and seen an electric stove?
They're not there, baby.
Not very many.
No.
I think they used to have one over here or 2 over here. I think Ox and Robin Griffin had them 2 stoves over there at Bernard's fast food place when they were frying French fries and chicken livers and all in there getting started. But it wasn't long. I think they converted to gas because you're cooking with gas, baby. You're cooking with gas. So
they go.
That's and what party affiliation is Joe Biden and AOC? What are they? Democrat.
Of the Democratic nature.
Democrat.
Unity and call us, baby. Defend them.
Hey, speaking of food, Floyd, I'm gonna throw these. I got you sent 6 pictures, and I'm gonna have to put them in 2 different slides. And it's looks like just a plethora.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I done ate supper, and that made me hungry.
Yeah, here's another one. Look at them onions. Is that okra?
No, that's hush puppy. That's fried onions in there. That red.
All that, Floyd?
That's red. That's some little that red you looking at there. was swamp gravy made the old-fashioned way. Old time.
Now we're talking. I had that on my
They
mind.
got them new model. They got them new model French fries, but they was good. That was some sucker sides and some coleslaw and some fries.
Oh,
That's
man,
see the
look at
sucker
that.
sides there, coleslaw. But that red with that spoon in it right there, that's swamp gravy. That's a little batch of swamp gravy there. But them sucker
Let me.
sides, coleslaw.
That was That was
man.
Floyd sent that in, and then I got this one tonight. This was sent in by Harry Warren, cooked tonight. I want you to look at them fish with eggs and fried eggs he threw in there. Now, that's what I'm talking about right there now.
Yeah.
But that was the
They used to
legendary
fry
Harry.
They drop eggs down in that grease and fry them. I tell you something else they used to do on these fish fries. We go netting and all. They get canned biscuits and cut them canned biscuits in quarters and drop them canned biscuits down in that grease and fry them. And man, them was good. You can make a dessert out of them things.
Yes, sir. That's fresh right there tonight. Harry Warren did that one.
I reckon got a little flat there. Got a little cardboard beer flat there.
I wonder what kind of fish them is.
I don't know.
They gassed them like suckers. I don't know what.
Yeah, they gassed.
Blackfish or what else?
I doubt they're blackfish.
Well, you know,
hey boys, look right here. Look at Charlie sent one, but look at that. Look at that sunset in Baker County, Georgia, right there now.
Man, that's
wow.
And then here's a South Alabama sunset right here. Look at there. Or I don't know if that's a sunset or sunrise. I would hope it's a sunset.
It is a sunset over a rye field.
Wow.
And them cows need to be out there on that, so.
Yeah, pretty right
folks
there.
Folks say there ain't no God.
There you go, Queasy.
Painted a masterpiece before you went to bed. Painted a masterpiece. And then look right here, boys. This was Floyd's supper tonight. Look here. Look at
Oh.
And that brings us and segues us right into our new sponsor, because those fish today were in the counter at Ziggy B's, and then as of right now, they in Floyd's belly. Is that right?
Digest. They digesting right now.
Tell them about it.
Digest too.
Tell them about it, Floyd.
Yeah, Ziggy B's. I go in there. She opens up every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I go in there, try to visit with her every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get me something. Me and Nadine, Thursday night's our shrimp night, and we just kind of got a ritual with our shrimp. I go get us a pound of them peeled and deveined shrimp, bring them back to the house and cook them. We'll cook us a little pot of rice, and I put me some sauteed peppers and onions and tomatoes, sauteed that in a pan, then put that on top of my rice and had that. She makes that cocktail sauce, homemade cocktail sauce. We have it with them shrimp, but them shrimp come from Ziggy B's. And about this morning, probably around 9 or 10 o'clock, them shrimps was swimming in the ocean. And that's how fresh that stuff is. But she's one of our newest sponsors and doing a tremendous job, Miss Ansley Bracewell here in Colquitt, right here in Colquitt, Georgia, that would be on West Main Street, wouldn't it, Marvin?
That's it.
West Main Street. Look her up, Ziggy B's. You'll see the sign by the road. It's right directly across the street from the Colquitt Pharmacy, right behind the Hardy's restaurant there. That's on Hardy's Drive-In window. But you go see Miss Ansley at Ziggy B's. Fresh seafood, salmon, oysters, mullet roll, shrimp, whatever you want with lobster tail. And look at those steaks, man. She got some of the best.
Unreal.
Ribeyes,
Florida,
and New York strip. That's what I always get from a good New York strip steak. Come home, bring it, put it on that grill, put it on that charcoal before it's outlawed, before Joe Biden outlaws it.
That's right.
Go see Ziggy B. She's one of our proud sponsors, one of our good sponsors. We're proud that she is a member of our family. Ziggy B. She's in the book. Call her.
I had a buddy of mine other day called me, Floyd, and he said, "Tell me the name of that place y'all talking about the other night about the seafood. Tell me where it's at." And I told him where it was, and I said, "You can't miss it. Go on down there." And I said, "Bring you some money and spend it." I said, "Bring it on up here and spend it." So he drove from Bainbridge up here to Ziggy B's, bought him some seafood, went back home and cooked it that night. And he called me back the next day. He said, "I just want to call you and tell you this." He said, "I do believe that was the freshest and the best seafood I have ever ate." So that's a testament right there about how good this seafood is and how fresh it is. And he the ultimate compliment coming from this fella because you don't get many from him. But he called me,
That's good, man.
called me
Yes,
back
sir.
from Bainbridge, and that's what he had to
Yeah,
say.
he from Bainbridge to come up here and bragging on Colquitt, something that happened in
Yeah.
Colquitt. Oh man, that's
Right
big
here in
time.
Pretty
Colquitt.
strong.
The folks,
Hey guys, I just got a
we
tip.
used to be number 127 on the car tag.
Yep,
I was out of county 127. They was number 20 down there.
that's right.
They were way ahead of us, buddy.
Hey, that was speckled trout Harry was eating. Speckled trout.
Okay.
Mhm.
Speckled trout.
So
Yeah.
here's the new rules, y'all. I'm sure y'all know about the rules. Y'all know about the rules. They gonna send Donald Trump to prison because he didn't put his documents in a Corvette. See,
That's
Joe
right.
Biden was in a
Oh.
Corvette, and he gonna get everything good there long as they was in a Corvette. They were locked up next to a Corvette.
Well, that's
Y'all
what he
don't,
said. He said they was right there with his Corvette.
you don't reckon that
And,
guy from Fox News didn't bait him up to answer that question today? Boy, he had him eating out of the palm of his hand. That was just fun. He had him eating out of the palm of his hand. He didn't know. Yeah, it's okay because it was in a Corvette. And
Yeah, one of our congressmen from the state of Georgia, and one of our congressmen, Mr. Hank Johnson, who testified that Guam, if keep putting soldiers on Guam, the island was going to tip over, going to get lopsided, tip over. So he's come up with the idea that it was all planted.
yeah,
Here's the thing about it. They don't ever do anything wrong. It's always somebody else. They always been set up. Or it's like these folks that get in trouble say, I ain't never did nothing. It wasn't me. I don't know nothing. Listen, if you caught with it red-headed, you caught. They ain't no getting out of it. But anyway, they always got an escape route. But he said, Congressman Johnson said that they were if anything was planted, it wasn't Joe Biden stuff. It was Donald Trump stuff when they brought the SWAT team in there with the vans.
That would be correct.
If anything was planted, that's when it happened there, Congressman Johnson.
It wasn't planted in Delaware. It was planted at Mar-a-Lago.
I planted Mar-a-Lago, exactly.
I see it. Boys, it's trivia time. Southern Hissy Fits trivia time right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. 229-254-5060. Text your name and the correct answer to the question, and you'll win one of our logoed enamel mugs. And you can pick those up. You can buy them right there at Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, along with all embroidery, T-shirts, tumblers, gifts, and more. 109 West College Street in Colquitt. That's their number on the screen. Give them a call. They'll take care of any of your needs. If you want to put your logo on a mug, they can do that as well. All you got to do is give them a call. All right, here's our question for tonight. Trivia question. Name and correct answer texted to 229-254-5060. Take the first correct answer. Here's a good one. The Grand Ole Opry star Ernest Tubb had a band called the Texas Troubadours. Where was the first band members from? Where were the first band members from? I need the city and the state. Grand Ole Opry star Ernest Tubb had a band called the Texas Troubadours. Where were all of the members of the first band from? The city and the state of where they were from. Ernest Tubb, Texas Troubadours. Where was his first band members from? The city and the state. I'm looking for the very first correct answer, and I need your name also. And you're going to be the winner tonight on our Southern Hissy Fits trivia time right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
Can't do nothing with that one. You got me on that.
You can't do nothing with that.
I can't do that with that.
That's one of them other old country stars. That was when country music was country music.
Oh yeah, that was country. What's that old song?
Billy Bird.
Country when country wasn't cool.
I remember him saying that. Oh, pick it out, Billy Bird.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask this question on the question. Was Billy Bird one of the original men?
Don't know.
Don't know that now.
Okay,
I just know. I know where the original band, the Texas Troubadours, were from. State and city, please.
Billy Bird come along later, Charlie.
Do you know the answer, Charlie?
He should.
I know where Billy Bird was. I know exactly where Billy Bird was from. Yes, sir.
No, I ain't talking about Billy Bird. I'm talking about the original band, the Texas Troubadours. I got a winner, man. I knew it. I got it. I saw him as he was pecking on his screen there. Our winner is none other than Roger Buck Davis.
No.
Uh-oh.
Not Buck.
Buck, he was. I mean, I saw him. I could tell where he had texted me earlier, and I could tell when he was texting along there. I got one that just came in. Tyler, Texas is not correct. That is not correct. But we got a winner, and it is Roger Buck Davis. And the answer is the Texas Troubadours. The original band was from Gadsden, Alabama. Gadsden, Alabama.
Billy Bird was from New Brockton, Alabama.
Yeah. Got one coming in, Chris Long. Chris, you were just a hair late. We already had a winner, but you are right. Got the correct answer. It is Gadsden, Alabama. That is the home of Ernest Tubbs' original band, the Texas Troubadours. That's where they all hailed from. Gadsden, Alabama.
Hey man, can I take a minute, Marvin, and throw out a little thank you to Southern Hissy Fits?
Yes, sir. You sure can.
Man, I gotta thank them. I was talking about last week how I showed up wanted me one of them cups. I ain't had one of them cups. Guess what old Marvin brought me, man? Marvin brought me a cup, an autographed cup, compliments of Southern Hissy Fits. So to the Southern Hissy Fits, I thank y'all, man. I got that thing right in here on the mantle, right over the fireplace. Joe Biden might get my fireplace, but he ain't gonna get my dirt road porch now. He might get the fireplace. He ain't getting that cup. But it's right there on the mantle.
Queasel, I saw Matt Bryan today in the restaurant in town. Was asking him about Mr. Bill. He said that cup's sitting right on the mantle, and they better not nobody touch it.
That's where I got mine sitting right out there.
Hey, that's it. Ain't nothing like loyal fans. We love y'all out there. Let me tell you.
We love y'all. Man,
Here's a trivia question. What other famous musician was from New Brockton, Alabama?
Percy Sledge.
No, he was up around Selmaville somewhere.
I got you.
All right, does the name Don Helms ring a bell to y'all?
Yeah.
Don Helms. Was that?
Yeah, he was a backup man for who? Hank Jr.?
No. Hanks. Hang on just a minute.
Who was the one that was Buck Owens's that got killed in the motorcycle accident?
that was Don.
Don Rich.
Don
Rich.
Don Rich. Man, he could play. Woo.
And sing.
The one in the middle is a legendary Don Helms. He's the reason that when Hank Williams was played on the radio, the disc jockey, according to the fella over on the right, Mr. Lamar Morris, who was Hank Jr.'s brother-in-law and lead guitarist, band leader for the Bama Band that Hank got rid of, Junior's just crazy. He's a Williams. That all them Williamses is crazy. But anyway, the man in the middle is Don Helms.
Back up now. We got some Williams watching us over here.
I'm talking about the music.
What about the Alabama Williams?
No, I'll go one quicker. A Williams in the country music industry. Period.
There you go.
Don was the steel guitar player. And if you'll remember, on all of Hank's senior songs, there was a heavy presence of a steel guitar. And that was a man right there. New Brockton, Alabama.
Look at here. I got a trivia question for y'all. Y'all ain't never let me ask one, so I want to ask the three of y'all one. Okay?
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
Go.
I want the year and the team to win to be the last team to win national championship back to back. Can anybody answer that for me?
That would be the Georgia Bulldogs.
That would be the Georgia Bulldogs. That's exactly what that would be.
Is that right? Did I get that right? Do I get a
that would be correct. How about them dogs? You know I wasn't gonna go through the show without saying how about them dogs.
Y'all ought to be ashamed of what happened Monday night. Them poor boys that played them. It was
Holy Toes had to go back to Texas, buddy.
Hey, they come out and wanted to play football.
If they didn't want to play skee ball, they should have went to the arcade out. Y'all got an arcade in Dothan. They could have went out to the Adventureland.
Woo!
Marvin, tell us a little bit of something. If I got a little time here, tell us a little something about your set there behind you there.
Yeah. It's that's what you would call a high class
chicken coop.
It's got got the wooden rails for perching at night for them to roost on, and then it's got the wooden layer. Each hen has their own little condo to lay the eggs in right there.
That's right.
And people people pick at me about my chicken, Floyd. They always pick at me. Oh, you got them chicken. You're trying to be like Marvin. You got them chicken. You want some chicken. All that. They ain't picking at me no more. They go to the grocery store.
Have you seen what a dozen eggs cost?
Yeah.
$8.
Yeah, they ain't picking at me no more.
Yeah.
But my chickens is beginning to act like Marvin.
They are. What they doing?
They being doing? Lazy. They ain't want to lay no eggs. They couldn't.
They still eating, ain't they?
They still eating. Oh, I'm feeding them, but they don't like to work in the cold weather. They don't like to do that.
Hey, I want to do something a little different tonight. I got 3 quick news items for the week I want to hit, and I want to get all 3 of your opinions on it. Number 1 news item for the week: the University of Southern California School of Social Work bans the word field when referring to one's expertise. In henceforth, it will use the word practicum instead of field because of the racial overtones. Take it, Floyd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. You can't say field no more. You can't say I'm in the field of medicine, or I'm in the accounting field, or I'm in the ministry field. You can't say any of that. Can't do any of that anymore because it's got racial overtones to it. It offends people. It never has offended me and where I come from, because that's what my folks did. They worked in the field. They done a lot of field work, and I done a lot of field work until my finances turned upside down. We've been in the farming business. It went south. I was doing some pretty good field work until Jimmy Carter got to be president, and interest got to about 20%. So anyway, doing pretty good bit, and people still doing field work. I don't know what they're gonna call it. What about a football field?
Hey, that brings me to question number 2, Queasel. This one is for you, and it just happens to be coincidental. And guys, you can Google, you can fact check me all you want to. All these are real news stories. These are not made up. This hit the news today on Twitter. The terrifyingly ordinary nature of football's violence disproportionately affects black men. Now, football injuries are racist. Comment.
Well, I'm gonna say that is. I'm trying to think of a way I can say that without talking ugly. I don't think there ain't nothing about football racial. Nothing. Football is kind of like us. It's equal opportunity offenders. It will. If you got the football, they don't care what color you are. They gonna hit you, and they gonna hit you just as hard as they can hit you, and you gonna do the exact same thing.
Hey, they wasn't that guy the other night when that boy was laying on the field and everybody was praying. There wasn't nothing racist about that.
No. And here was that. It was 2 black men.
Yeah,
they was 2 black men. So what? They can't leave it alone. Yep. They can't. They gonna stir it up. Before long, it's gonna be racist to breathe. You ain't even gonna be able to breathe air. They just gonna keep on, and it's it's just crazy. If they learn how, I'm gonna tell you, Phil Robertson got it right. I'm gonna stick by his statement. I love it. He said, if we just learn how to get that love thing right, all the rest of it go away. If we just love one another, they don't make no difference.
There's too much money to be made in it. There's too much money to be made in. Too much exposure. No. It's everything turning one race against the other, and that is the Democrat Party. That's
absolutely. Yes,
in their playbook. All right, Charlie, number 3. This one's for you. Comment on it. Biden creepily whispers that he will veto the GOP bill repealing his 87,000 new IRS agents.
I think any way you look at that, somewhere down the line, those new 87,000 that they've got, that they're going to be armed. Floyd has gotten so many folks involved in the Second Amendment rights. Somewhere down the line, somebody in the old way of saying is going to draw back a nub on that deal. And Biden better, if he wants to want to protect his own, if they repeal it, he better leave it alone.
You better leave it alone.
Yep. Hey, those are three news items just off today, guys. Go ahead, Queasy.
You got to wake him up to tell him they even talking about it.
Yep.
Hey, I'm glad you said that. I got to shout out to my able-bodied assistant, Will, young boy that is just a fine young man that enjoys being around agriculture. This is one of those things that don't, anybody that gets offended by this, hey, this is life. And life happens. And if you can't laugh at it, I don't care how serious you might think it is, you need to join Joe Biden and his merry men. But we were in the, actually adjacent to the cemetery of a church where there were some cows on rye that needed to come off. It's called control grazing. Leave them on there about 3 hours, get them off. Else they'll eat themselves away. And we were right by the church and right adjacent to the cemetery. Will rolls down, the rain's fixing to start today. So before he had to get out there on the four-wheeler and get them off, he rolls down the window and hollers out to the cows, "Hey, y'all, get up, get out of here." And I got to think, I said, Will, if they get up and get out of them graves over there, we're going to see how fast this Chevrolet pickup truck will run. You can't make it up. It just happens. And it's, by the way, it's the church is old. You're Piney Grove Primitive Baptist Church. I think the sign says founded in 1840 something. Now, how old is Flat Creek, Marvin?
We last summer we celebrated 175 years.
That's what I thought. These are two well established.
Yep.
Been around a while.
Been around a while. All right, here we go. It's that time once again. Time for Floyd Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you there, Marvin. Yeah, gonna be with y'all tonight with a little bit of short list. I ain't got many, but I think we got some profound ones tonight. Give y'all something to think about. Here's what I want y'all to think about. A couple of things really here. That first one is that this is just a thought for you to ponder, especially you Democrats that might be watching from Martha's Vineyard. I want y'all to think about this. A nation will always sink to the level of its leadership.
God, I hope not.
Always sink to the level of leadership. And here's one. This is an old one. I don't know how far this goes back. All societies will be judged by who their heroes are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty profound, ain't it? I mean, that goes way back. All societies, all human societies, be judged by who their hero. Who's our hero? Y'all think about it, right? You know, who's your hero? He's on TV, he's on MTV or video. You know, where are your heroes at?
That's a good point, Floyd.
Or they were living next door to you. Are they the person down the street that'll help you anyway? That you know you had all you got to do is pick up the phone and call them, and they'll be there to help you any way they possibly can. That's, you know, I'm just wondering who your heroes are. So think about that. All you folks that's out there listening to this, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get started here with a few on the short list here. Other than the United States of America, countries on the planet, that's this planet Earth that we live on, that allow unlimited illegal immigration to cross its borders. Name one more country on the planet that allows and promotes and invites illegal invaders to cross your border without any kind of justification, notification, verification of who they are or where they come from or what they up to. You know, I told y'all a story about my uncle that married my mama's sister. He came from Sicily. He came from Sicily in about 19, let's see, he was born in 1902 or 3. He came in about 1915 or 16, came over on the ship, came from Sicily to this country, an immigrant, an Italian. Well, he was Sicilian, but he was considered Italian. He came to this country. He, in order to get into this country, he had to have a trade, and he had been working as a tailor. And for some of you that might not know what a tailor is, it's a person that makes clothes with needles and thread. He made clothing. He was a clothing man. He started when he was about 7 or 8 years old, working in a tailor shop making. He had a talent. He was skilled at something when he had a trade that he could use to sustain himself when he came here. And he came to Ellis Island. They unloaded him off of Ellis Island. He's a boy. They quarantined him in New York City on Ellis Island for 30 days because they had smallpox on the boat. So they didn't nobody, his family didn't know if he was alive, dead. His family in America, they had got the letter earlier that he was going to arrive. So he stayed there for 30 days. And when he got out, he went. His mama had told him, said, "You go find a person in New York City that is selling fruit on the street, and you tell them where you came from and what your name is." And he said the second fruit stand that he came to in New York City selling fruit on the street, it was his uncle. And he started there and he moved on. He was in Baltimore. He went to Baltimore, Maryland, moved from Baltimore, moved to Tampa, Florida. And when he retired from Tampa, Florida, he was worth about $2 million.
Wow.
Because he could sew. He had a trade when he came here. Never expected anybody to do anything for him that he couldn't do for himself. Totally opposite now. All these folks they talking about immigrants. Oh, we're a land of immigrants. Yeah, we are a land of immigrants. The people who came over here and worked, who made something and bettered themselves and their families and bettered the communities that they lived in, unlike now. So just think about it, if you will. If any of y'all Democrats out there want to argue with me, feel free to. But here's another one right here. White House press secretaries that ever have been more incompetent, uninformed, and unprepared as Karine Jean-Pierre, the one we have now. If y'all tell me one, you tell me one that's had a lower IQ than what she's got. She can't even read words. She can't even read words off of a teleprompter. Just like Obama reading words. He was reading off of his teleprompter one day talking about the corpsman, but he was calling a corpsman, but he was reading off the teleprompter. So anyway, that's just something you need to think about. Here's one: liberals that practice reason, logic, and common sense. Come on. Here's two right here. I'm fixing to change lanes with y'all now. I'm fixing to get off of the Pentecostals. I ain't gonna say nothing on the Pentecostals or the Baptist preachers or the Free Will Baptist preachers, or the Catholic priests or the Jewish rabbis. Here we go right here. Muslim men. Hold on a second. Muslim men that have a bumper sticker that says, "I love my 4 mothers-in-law." Come on, Abdullah, baby. Talk to me, Abdullah. Never seen one. I lived amongst them. in Al-Khobar and Dammam and Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I lived amongst them. I worked and lived and traveled amongst them. I never saw one. Let me repeat that. Muslim men that have a bumper sticker that says, I love my 4 wives.
Mm.
Here's another one.
That's a good
Muslim
one.
men that have a bumper sticker that I love my 4 mothers-in-law. Here's the other one. Muslim men that have a bumper sticker that says, I love my 4 husbands.
No.
Oh.
How long you think they'd be alive? How long you think they would live? They're going around over there in Iran
about,
or
about as
Iraq
long as
or
a
Afghanistan
witness.
with a bumper sticker that says, I love my 4 husbands.
They live
Oh,
about as long as an Epstein witness in a Clinton
that's about
trial.
as long as that's right. Yeah, yeah, about as long as a turncoat against the Clinton crime syndicate. Last but not least, last but not least, including his bladder and his bowels, things that Joe Biden has any control over.
That's
That's
it.
it for
That's
tonight,
your
y'all.
short lived. Hey, Charlie, before I turn it over to you, got an announcement. Just posted it. Lisa Marie Presley had a heart attack and died at 54 years of age.
Oh my!
Just a moment ago.
Have mercy, Lord, have mercy.
54
I
years
saw.
old.
I saw where she had cardiac arrest and was on life
Yeah,
support.
yeah. Her
Uh,
mother just they posted she passed away. 54 years old.
What's that
There you
song,
go.
Marvin? What's that song? Without him, I am
Could do
nothing.
nothing. That's
could
it.
do nothing.
Charlie, I was coming in on 2 wheels. Didn't get your weather report tonight. I'll make it up to you next week. I'll do something deep, but take us home.
Well, I tell you the weather right quick. And Queasel knows what I'm talking about. Uh, Sweating today and yesterday, and gonna be freezing when you get up in the morning.
Get out of here.
It's gonna be 43 here in Dothan in the
Mhm.
morning,
Mhm.
and 29 tomorrow night. So if you don't like it today, maybe it'll be your way tomorrow. My heroes, you touched on something Marvin don't mention, and I'm not saying this just because he's here, but people in law enforcement, first responders, they're my heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Men of faith,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily Marvin, but no, I just threw that in there. But those leaders who preach and teach the word as it comes out of the book, not the fluffy, let's feel good together type thing. Those pretty good heroes to follow, and people who have served in the military and made this country what it is and kept us free up until this point. Those are all heroes to me. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it. We're just sitting here, 4 of us visiting on a Thursday night. We're glad you want to be a part of it. We love y'all. Pray for this nation. Pray for this nation. And even though we might not like, and none of us do, some of the leaders, most of the leaders in Washington, D.C., we're told to pray for them in the Bible. So we have to kind of straighten ourselves up and do that, even though we have some fun. To you, Queasel, it's your turn.
Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Hey, thank you, everybody, for letting us in. We appreciate it. We hope everybody's safe with this weather. Hope you ain't had no damage. It was pretty strong storms come through here. But hope everybody's doing good. We do thank y'all and appreciate y'all for letting us come in and spend a little time with you. It's a highlight for us to. We look forward to it. We look forward to the 4 of us getting together, and this is about the only time we get together. And we get together and catch up with one another once a week, and we're doing it right here, live and in person on the show. So we thank y'all for letting us do it. Charlie hit on it. We need to pray for our nation. Floyd talked about it. I talked about it a little bit. Marvin talked about it. We all 4 hit it. And if all 4 of us hit something, it's got to be a problem somewhere. We headed in the wrong direction. And we need to change directions. And it ain't never too late. Listen, it ain't got nothing to do with who's in the White House. Jesus is still on the throne. That's all that matters. It don't matter who you put in the White House. We don't live by his rules, no way. So thank y'all for letting us come in. We love y'all. We appreciate your support. I want to leave you with a quote. I got a quote tonight. It's probably one of the best quotes I believe I've ever give. You know, Queez is always liking quotes. So I got a quote tonight, and I ain't gonna tell you who I'm quoting, and I'm not going to give the exact quote. I'm going to paraphrase it just a little bit, but I think you know who he got it. Probably Floyd was talking about heroes, and that led me to think about this quote. My hero, my number one most hero in the world, said this: seek my kingdom first, and everything else you need, I'll give it to you. Go
There
ahead,
you
Floyd.
go.
Amen, brother. Amen to that. I think everybody listening knows who that quote's from. But good to be with y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope you're safe and sound. I hope you hope no damage was done to you or any of your property or any of your loved ones or anybody that you know. Storm is past. Seems like everything quieting down. The storm is past. We now everybody go to sleep, get out of bed and go to sleep and have a good night's sleep. And just want to leave you with this. Always, everywhere you go, everything you do, exercise your Second Amendment rights. You never know when you might have to call on that right to defend your life or somebody close to you, some family member's life. Always, always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Don't ever be anywhere that you feel uncomfortable with the surroundings. If you're there, if you're not accustomed to it, if you're there and you feel something is happening or fixing to happen, you get away from there. Always be vigilant of what's going on around you. And always, in any way that you can, everywhere that you can, surround yourself with like-minded people. People who think like you, or who know who you are. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And when you lay down at night and get in bed and go to sleep and start saying your prayers, you start thanking the good Lord above, God above, for what He's done for you today. And if you got breath in your body right now, when you lay down and go to sleep tonight, if you got breath in your body, you have got a multitude of things to thank Him for.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be asleep and you'll still be thanking Him. So do that. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for being visiting with us. That's what we do. We just, like Queen said, we just catching up. That's how we do it. We catch up on Thursday night. We'll see y'all next week.
Guys, we love y'all. We love you. Appreciate you inviting us into your home tonight. Been a great show. Appreciate you joining us. I know it's been a stormy night. You know what? It's coming around the corner Sunday. You know what I'm gonna tell you? Go to church if you can. Can't go to church, tune in, give the Lord His due. Bible says, forsake not the assembling of ourselves together. We ought to worship together. Here's our scripture for the day coming out of the book of Joshua. You are to help your brothers until the Lord gives them rest, as He has done for you, and until they too have taken possession of the land that the Lord your God is giving them. After that, you may go back and occupy your own land, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you east of the Jordan toward the sunrise. Keep looking up to the Lord. Keep trusting Him. I don't care what you're going through. Trust the Lord, and I promise you, He'll bring you through it. Encourage somebody. Let them know you love them. Reach out. Do something unexpectedly, intentionally kind for somebody else. You want to know how we are known as children of God? By our actions. Do something good for somebody. Love on them a little bit. Hey, listen, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We're going to be right here next week. Same place, same time, right here live on Facebook and YouTube. You've been watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show on January the 12th, 2023. We love y'all like you never can imagine. And listen, I don't care what you do this week. I don't care what you do tomorrow. Always, always, always be particular. Good night, guys.
Good night,
Good night.
Y'all.